Hey everybody, it is 9:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here where I am, and let's take a look at the magnetosphere cut planes model. We have Sugar right here joining us. Sugar, would you like to say hi? Yeah, I guess she's saying hi, and there's, well, you can't really see Chipper. Hey, Chip. Okay, cute little cats. Let me try to back it off. It won't let me. There we go. Okay. So, I didn't come in yesterday and visit with you all. Yesterday was a super busy day. Today was pretty busy too, and I just didn't have a whole lot to talk about. And it wasn't anything terribly exciting. There wasn't anything really terribly exciting happening with the energies, though it was active. And tonight, it's not blow our socks off, but it's very active, a lot going on here. And it's like the sun has awakened. It's like it's been in a sleep, and now it's wakened up, and we're having solar flares and all kinds of activity like that. Hey everybody, I see Jenny, Elizabeth, and Catherine. Hey. Hey, everybody. Deborah. Pam. Hey there. Look at everybody. And of course, I want to greet everyone. But, Catherine Buchanan says, how about a lot of anxiety? Are you having a lot of anxiety? I'm sorry. Maybe we need to do the heart-brain coherence meditation together. I am not feeling that, but that doesn't mean a lot because I don't respond the same as everybody. No one responds the same as everyone else, but Jacqueline wants to know, have I ever thought of doing live painting events and teaching people how to paint? I actually have done that in the past. My painting life is kind of on hold right now. I've got so many things going on. That used to be my main thing was art, doing art. At one point in my life, I was creating 3 individual complete pieces a day. That was pretty amazing. I got up, I began to paint as soon as I got out of the bed, or actually I would do a lot of pastel, like, chalk on paper, or what I call the velvet or velour board, suede board. I find it better to work with because you don't ever hit bottom. You can always add more chalk. Pardon me, tickling my throat. But I used to do that, and I used to go for walks to fill the well of creativity up. I did things. I had an artist date every week. I continually was focused on creativity and art because you can put out so much that you have nothing left. And I learned from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way, how to do this. And now I have so much art, I just got it stored in my closets. And I'm like, I really don't want to do it anymore. Plus, I live in part of the country that's not really into buying original art. they'll buy a print or something like that. But it's hard to sell art here. And I don't do the kind of art that's too terribly fast. You know, I have done paintings that have taken me months to finish, working on them a lot. But anyway, yes, I have done that. But art is just not my focus right now. Starting this, you know, getting this RV campground going. We're at the end of developing it, and that's kind of exciting. But you all are my main focus. The Schumann Resonance and the online shop we have is my main focus right now. I'm going to take a drink of water. Everybody stay hydrated during these times, okay? This is my water with a little lemon juice and stevia in it. Okay. Let's see what else y'all are saying real quick. Thank you, Pamela. She said, love you lots from the North Woods. Love from New Jersey. Hey, Jose. Kelly says, I've had so much anxiety, which I never have. So that's the second person we've got talking about anxiety. Hey, Natasha. Hey, 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 everybody. Looking through real quick. Hey, Karen, Patty Lynn, Lisa, you're really welcome. Thank you. Oh, Patty Lynn sent me 200 stars. Mwah! Thank you, Patty Lynn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I better get through this quick. There's no telling what I'm missing. You can't keep up with all of it. Yes, Jacqueline, it really is. Our culture just doesn't really relate to original art, you know, because it takes time. Like I do pencil portraits that are very finished. Even if I work 8 to 12 hours a day, it's going to take me at least 3 to 5 days to do one portrait. And people just can't really relate to that. They think it's quick, you know. Sarah, you own a campground as well. Really? I'd love to talk to you about that. Are you on Messenger? I'd like to just hear about your experience. You're saying it's exhausting. I hope not. I'm only going to have 12 RV spots, and it's going to be long term. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and look at what's happening here, and I will plan on doing the heart-brain coherence meditation at the end in case more of you are experiencing unpleasant symptoms, and that really does help. I'll talk about it a little bit more tonight, and then we'll just do it as we often do. But I'll explain more about it because it really is an amazing, amazing thing. What it can accomplish in 3 minutes. Hey, Carolyn! She says she got an alert that I was on live. Yahoo! That is good because that happens so rarely. Shelley says she took 2 naps at 2 hours each and she's still sleepy. Wow. I hear ya. I'm going to bed early tonight. At least that's my plan. Probably end up still up at 1:30. I never know what I'm going to do. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at the magnetosphere. See what's happening here. Let's go. There's the beginning. This is velocity. The most intense is blue, green, up to yellow, orange, and the background is dark red. And of course, that's Earth right in the center on both sides. It's just different angles. And you can see there is a lot happening. Boom. Okay, it reset itself. See the shields? And see how it's dancing around? And that clearly went right through. Did you see that? Let's watch that again. And see how the colors just go right through the shields. Oh, I think I missed it. But you can see the movement in there. This is up to about right now. Let's watch it again here. Try and get it to do. Yeah, look at it just flowing through. You see that? Right through it. Our shields really are trying very hard, but they're not able to keep everything out. That's for certain. Let's go ahead and start this. This is density, and the most intense is dark blue, and you can see the shields very clearly. And look at it bouncing around, and see all those vertical lines coming through. That's just stuff hitting the shields, coming from the direction of the sun, which is off in the distance to the left. And we learned recently that the atmosphere, it shifts and moves around. But out to the outer edge here, look at that, bouncing about, 500 miles out. So, and as it bounces back in, it can decrease a lot. It's not that far away. Okay, let's look at pressure. When I looked at it earlier, pressure was not doing the flaming phoenix tonight. It has calmed down quite a bit. Red is the most intense, and yellow, orange, yellow, white, light blue, and dark blue is the background. You can see the shields quite clearly. You can see the red right around the Earth. Oh, it reset itself. Let me come back here. The slider covers about 3 hours across this whole area, and this is towards now. And you see it's a lot calmer tonight. Pressure is calmer. The density is not so calm. There's a whole lot going on there, but it's not blasting us away quite as much as it was for the last week. It's been like every day. It's been pretty incredible. Let's come up here and take another look at velocity. And let's start at the beginning or close to. And that's a lot of activity, and the blue is the most intense, and whack, whack, and it's washing right through us. And that's velocity. And it's coming, reset itself. Coming on through. So Betty says, when I saw your small, fine brushes, I thought, oh my goodness, that is me. So you're a painter, an artist, and where did you see my thin, small brushes? When did you see that? I'm trying to figure out how you would have seen that. Wow. Interesting. Whew. And let's remember, everyone, take care of yourselves. I put in that thing kind of playful when I say take care of your wee little selves. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Stay hydrated, and don't speak harshly to yourself or be impatient if you can keep from it. Stay hydrated. Pray/meditate. Rest as much as you can. Do the heart-brain coherence meditation. Take a nice hot Epsom salt bath and detox. Ground yourself in nature or with earthing devices and equipment. All of these things plus more will help us move through all of the things that we are being challenged by right now. I don't know what it is right now, but I'm having slight bits of the stingy tingles, as I call them, where it feels like I'm being kind of tingly feeling on the verge of a sting sensation. And I don't know if it's from all this or what might be going on. I wonder if anyone else is feeling anything like that. Now, let's just take a quick look. The Schumann. This is the Russian Tomsk University. You can see this is really quite calm over here, and this is the closest to now that we have. Always to the right of the chart is the most recent. We had quite a bit of green here. You can see the heartbeat of the Earth, as they call it. This is the baseline of the Schumann resonance at 7.83 hertz. And then you have the second Schumann resonance, the third, the fourth, and sometimes you can very clearly see the fifth defined. Oh, okay, Betty said it was a long time ago when you did a camera sweep of the room, and I noticed, oops, hang on. I noticed also posted about an art experience above the one about the brushes you shared. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do use a lot of small brushes, but I use some bigger ones too. I'm pretty tedious when I'm really working at it. Jacqueline says she's feeling high buzzing, but it's ringing me a very good whole feeling, and I'm in touch more with my essence now. Well, that sounds good. So there's those black spikes, but those were not today. Oh, I have to get used to, Alex has changed the app so you come in and out of it differently. There are no more spikes to speak of. It's fairly calm right now. However, this is Kumiana, and there's been a lot of red, and there were even things that were very suspiciously like black spikes, but they were very thin, and yet this chart is showing just not a whole lot, except for the geophone and so forth. And so this is all, and this is very active. You know, how can you have this and then have that? It just, to me, it doesn't totally add up. But what do I know? All right, let's take a look over here. Hang on just a moment. Let me get it opened up. Where I looked at the geospace magnetosphere. Let's take a look here and let me refresh. We'll look at the alternative charts, not just Kumiana, but the others. So here we go. Speaking of ear ringing, you all, my ears have been ringing since I was like 12 years old. Constantly. I don't even notice it. I live in a very quiet place, and it has to be really unusual for me to notice it. And it's loud. Many, 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 many frequencies running at the same time. Sort of the sound like water running through a pipe, or a hissing sound, as well as just tons of bells ringing, and many different frequencies at once. And I hardly notice unless you all talk about it, and then I'm like, yeah, I hear all those. The thing that gets to me is the clicking. When I hear the clicking or the metallic sound, I don't like that. I cannot ignore that. I always stop and say, wait a minute, something trying to download to me, and is it a good thing or a bad thing? And then I have to check in with God and say, is this okay, or do I need to rebuke it? I don't want anything downloading on me without my permission. You know what I mean? All right, we see an interesting mark right here. We see anomalies up in here, and a lot of dark streaks mixed in. This is the Etna Radio Observatory, and this covers a lot more space, and we have a lot of missing information. And then this is Etna Radio Observatory here, and look at all these dark spikes and very interesting colors. This is kind of different. Not sure how to interpret it because it doesn't look like a true black spike. I can still see colors in there. So I'm not going to call it that. And here we've been having a lot of purple. There was more earlier, and we know some people believe purple is indicative of angelic intervention, and we'll take that. I'll take angelic intervention, absolutely. Good angels. Yes, sirree, Bob. And look here. Look at all this activity in Anatos. But this is a mine. These instruments are actually inside of a mine on an island off of Italy. So this could actually show some trembles going on in the earth. Little seismic activity. It could be showing that. We really don't know. It's definitely not showing lightning because it's inside the earth. Okay, that was a quick run through there. And let's take a fast look at space weather. And I may have experienced a bit of a timeline shift myself earlier, or I may have just been really tired and out of it. I'm not sure. I posted, now I remember it pretty clearly, an M2.15, and I declare I saw that. And I actually had it. What I will do many times when I post, I will take the image I've got where it says it's an M2.15, like an alert that I've screenshot, and then I will take the best image of the sun and the brightest, clearest showing of the solar flare graphic, and I'll put both into the Facebook, and I will keep it there so I'll remember what the magnitude was of the solar flare and won't forget. And it also shows the time. And I had that. And I looked over at it and I put M2.15. And I actually put it in two places on the post. And someone noted, like, when did this happen? And I saw what they said, and I looked at it, and I went back and I looked at the Space Weather Live, and there, lo and behold, it was at M3.18. And I was like, what? Where did that come from? Where is the M2.15? And it was very confusing to me, and I zoomed in and I tried to fix the situation, and I didn't even bother to say thank you to whoever put my attention to it because I was just too tired. I've had something to eat and I rested a little bit, just sitting here kind of zoning out. But I declare, that was very odd. I don't know why it was so clear, M2.15. And yet it turned out what it recorded when I checked later was an M3.18, which is a much larger solar flare. Solar flares are kind of like earthquakes in the way they register. The higher the number, it's kind of to the power of. So an M3 is quite powerful. Let's see. Jacqueline says something about half the country has power outages. Are you in the United States, Jacqueline? Evidently people are talking. Penny says, anyone else have power outages in their state? I still have power. Accessing parallel Earths where I see things that are normal or were normal and now they seem abnormal, not the same reality. I relate, Jacqueline. It's getting really interesting, isn't it? Last night I dreamed of meeting a woman that was like going to help me reach a new level in my life. And I saw her in multiple places. It was like watching a movie. It was that clear. And choices I was to make, choices I needed to make, and I needed her help to hook in with individuals and connections to go to this next place in my life. It was a long dream. Very, very unique dreams lately for me. And I know many of you have described some amazing dreams in the comments on our page. These are unique times. It's very different. Time is strange and different. And people are different. And we are different. And we're experiencing a lot of things we've never experienced before because of the times. We're at the end of an age and the beginning of a new age, a new era, new earth. And this is what has been promised, and here we are. And I want to encourage you all to see it as an adventure, not something frightening. Think of it as an adventure. You know what makes life really hard is fear. Fear and worrying about things. That makes life really, really hard. If we just live boldly and take things as an adventure, knowing somehow it's going to be all right. And like Yeshua said, you can't add a hair to your head by worrying. You can't turn a hair white or black by worrying. You can't add anything to your height. Worrying accomplishes nothing except for a lot of stress and causes us more complications and sets us up for health issues and so forth. If we could just jump into this with both feet, with great joy and enjoyment of the adventure, realizing that we are loved, and just love others, love God, love Creator, Source, however you want to say. I've been having a lot of people criticizing me about how I try to speak in a way that is non-divisive. You know, we have people from all over the world on here, and I'm sorry these people don't like it, but so often they are very religious, and I'm trying to avoid being religious because it's really about a relationship. It's more about that, not trying to perform or meet some sort of requirements of some religious rules and regulations. But I'm sending out love to you, because even those of you who are some of the toughest ones, which are what we would call a Christian, I avoid that term for myself anymore simply because so much damage has been done in that name, and sometimes the people who bear that name don't act at all like the one that they're named after. I guess I'm just saying what I'm thinking right now. He taught love. He taught us who we really were. He taught us not condemnation, not fear. He didn't beat people down. He lifted people up. and he healed us. You know, he taught truth. Yes, the only people he was rough with were the religious leaders that were trying to make it so hard for people to find and be connected to God, to Source. I think doing the things he said is more important than fulfilling religious requirements of one group or the other. Because anyway, whatever. This comes from my own experience directly with Holy Spirit. I was told by the Lord, the only thing I can be perfect in is love. And everybody's disagreeing on this, that, and the other. But if you just love people, you don't judge them. And you don't let their judgment get to you too much. Maybe I'm letting it get to me too much lately. But I have answered some people in the messages. So, where in the world was I going before I got off on that? You all are priceless. Let me just say that. Our tribe is precious. I don't say that in a icky, sweetsy, yucky way. You all are really the best. You're unique, and I love you. I love hanging out with you. Look at life as an adventure. And don't let fear paralyze you. Realize that we're loved. One of the scriptures, it's a short one, but basically it says God is love. How about that? There's a lot of good things in there. And we need to realize we're loved. And we're accepted just the way we are. And step into life and live it to the fullest. Live it with all your heart. Do what it is that's in your heart to do. And be kind. And love others. But don't mince around like you're afraid to take your next breath because something's going to jump on you, or you're going to mess up, or whatever. Fear is what we need to avoid and look at it as an adventure. That's the way I feel. That was actually in one of my dreams last night. I dreamed that I had to go have dental surgery again, which was a huge issue for me because I had like 8 or 9 fillings when I was a child of about 9 years old. Evidently, because of things that happened in my life, my permanent teeth came in very poor quality and missing enough enamel. And even though I was brushing my teeth morning and evening and was being taken to the dentist every 6 months, I had serious problems. And I was sensitive to chemicals even back then. So when I found out I had to have surgery, I was not happy. And if you all recall, it was like 2 Julys ago. And I went into a thing where I decided this is it. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm not going to have that feeling of anxiety, of pain, and allergic reactions like I'd had in the past. And I woke every morning and I wouldn't let myself go into that old feeling, knowing I was going to have the surgery. Instead, I focused on what would be the result, the good result of having this done. And I focused on the end goal, and I focused on it and saw myself that way as if I already was there, until I felt this joy inside, until I felt it right now as if it had happened. And I overcame all that fear. And when I went to have the surgery done and they had to put me under, which that has only happened to me once before, had to be put to sleep, I was not afraid. It was miraculous. And in this dream last night, I was having to go have some sort of dental surgery. They put me in the chair And a very dear friend of mine is going to have surgery in a couple of days, and I've been very connected with her and her husband and spending time with them, and I know she's going to be fine. But it's still, when someone you really love is getting ready to go through something and they're feeling, normal stress about it, it can affect you too some. When that dream where I was getting into that dental chair and preparing, I made a decision and I said, I am not going to be afraid. I'm going to trust and know that I am loved and my times are in the Lord's hands, and I'm not going to worry about what's going to happen, because the worrying and the fear is the worst part of it all. And I made that choice, and the fear left me in the dream, and I realized somehow it's connected to my friend, not really me. But these are important things when we make these hurdles to just decide to run free and fearless. The most powerful warriors in this world have been those who were fearless. They said the Celts, they would put on that blue woad and be basically naked and run and fight with the swords and everything. They were fearless because they believed if they died in battle, they would instantly go to a place like heaven. And they really believed it. When you live without the fear of death, you are formidable. You are making a great impact because you're living full force. I think we all would be wise to spend the time making sure we're not living with fear paralyzing us and draining our strength, and that we do whatever it takes to overcome it by prayer, meditation, and visualization, and not stop until we've gotten where we want to go, and then live free. So I encourage you all with that we live free and without fear and filled with love, because perfect love casts out all fear. If you're loving, you're not afraid. It's a powerful place. And that's where I want to be. Okay, everybody. We've looked over the charts. We have seen what's happening. Let me look really quick and make sure nothing new is happening on the magnetosphere. And that tingly thing I was feeling is not something new coming in. I don't think it is, not at this point anyway. Everything is looking pretty calm. So let's go ahead and do the heart-brain coherence meditation. Let me just share a little bit about it with you. More than I normally do, because a lot of times I just want to do the meditation and get the results for you. We all have in our DNA, our cells and so forth, a lot of what they call junk DNA. They don't even know what it's for. It's like pieces and parts of DNA. They have discovered when you do this heart-brain coherence meditation, it activates that junk DNA, parts of it. Isn't that something? It activates it. When we do the heart-brain coherence meditation, it activates your superpowers, so to speak. It's like, you have this amazing heart torus field, this power torus, just, and your brain is powerful, and it's also a powerful torus field, but they're separate. And in most people's lives, the heart is kind of dormant, because in our society, it's all about the brain running things. But when we do this meditation, the simple practice that we do causes the heart to be activated. It causes the heart and the brain torus fields to join together into one, to where the communication is going on between them. So now your brain, which we could call Grand Central because it runs everything in your body and everything, your brain now knows what to do to get rid of that headache you're having. Why does it know? Because the heart is connected to the field, the quantum field of possibilities. The heart is not limited by logic or reason or linear thinking. The heart is what understands spirit. It's what understands the non-physical parts of our lives, the abstract, so to speak. And the heart understands that quantum means now, that there is no time or distance or space. Quantum is now. God is now. Spirit is now. There is no time or distance or space that limits you in the realm of the spirit. And so when we activate our heart dimension, this amazing torus field, and it hooks in with the brain, now your brain and your heart are connected to eternal, unlimited understanding, knowledge, perception, truth, and you can experience miracles. You can have instant things happen to you that you may not have experienced. Oh, who did that? Look at this. How funny. Thank you. Who was that? Somebody sent me stars. That Shanna, thank you. Sent me 500 stars. I'm feeling the love. Thank you, Shannon. Shanna, I appreciate it a bunch. Thank you. That's like she just sent me $5. And I'm feeling the love. Mwah! Thank you. So when we do this, you can have immediate shifts in your body, in your emotions, in your demeanor, your frequency, the way you feel in so many different ways. Symptoms like maybe your heart is doing the flip-flops. Maybe you're having arrhythmias. And at the end of this, your heart very possibly will be beating steady. Or you may be experiencing anxiety, like some of you have expressed. And at the end of our 3-minute little meditation, which is so simple and beautiful, and we tend to feel bliss and love and peace come on us and feel connectedness between all of us on this meditation fellowship and feel connected to Source. And the symptoms that were unpleasant amazingly disappear. It truly is a wonderful thing. You can have revelations and visions, encounters with the eternal and with the divine right in this 3-minute period of our being together. And synergy works during this time. When there's a group of us together, everything is much more powerful through synergy. So let's do it, shall we? Let's go ahead and do the meditation. And basically, this is all it is. Touch your heart area. Bring your focus to the heart area. Imagine breathing in and out from the heart, not just your mouth and your nose, but imagine you're breathing in to the heart and out from the heart area. And this works. The Heart Math Society has tested, and it totally changes things in our bodies. in our brains, etc. So breathe in again into the heart area and let it out. You feel that calming coming with the breath. Now, think of something you're really, really grateful for. Think of something you're really thankful for. I think of you all in our tribe, that we know we're not alone. Oh my. Thank you, Julie sent me 75 stars. Mwah! Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it. I feel the love. And I always think of the day I met unconditional love. My whole life changed. The day of my spiritual awakening. You may want to think about your children, your family, your pets, whatever you're very grateful for. Think of something you really, really are thankful for. And that's all we do during this meditation. You try to remember as we're going through it to breathe in and out from the heart. Keep your hand touching here to bring your attention. And think about something you're really grateful for and let yourself feel the gratitude. And in this place, this amazing, miraculous type experience occurs between all of us here. So, let's do this, shall we? Breathing in and out from the heart area, thinking of something you're really grateful for. Let yourself feel it. And I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. Now take note of how you feel right now. And then we'll take note of how you feel afterwards. So let us begin. Don't worry about the time. I'll let you know when the 3 minutes is up. Now, Thank you all. Now, I'd love to hear if you experienced something, or if you felt something, if you felt that wonderful bliss or connectedness, or if peace replaced anxiety, or if you felt connected to us or source. If your symptoms went away, whatever they were, I'd love to hear about it. Bliss, Fawn says. She felt bliss. Did you see, did any of you notice that Chipper joined us during the heart-brain coherence meditation? And Kylie says love and calmness. Beautiful. Peaceful, Autumn says. Peggy says you've taught us such a gift. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing, this heart-brain coherence meditation. It's amazing. I don't know of anything that can bring such a change in such a short period of time. Fawn says, peace. I feel loved and connected to our group. Nathaniel wants to know how I'm feeling. I felt bliss. I'm feeling a whole lot of peace. I'm feeling a lot of contentment right now. And the gratitude is staying. I am prone to ecstasies too. I felt the touch of that, though I didn't go as deep into it tonight. There's a lot of joy in me right now. And I love being with you all. Nathaniel, how are you feeling? And Colleen says, yes, I feel connected to you all. Oh, who is this? Oh my goodness. Shauna, is this you again? Thank you. Wow, 500 more stars. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Tanya says calm. And Fawn, I love you too. Krista says connection to you all. Isn't that amazing how we can feel and sense each other? And Kylie says Chipper love. Chipper's right here with us. Shauna says tears are falling. Tears are a good sign. It shows that the heart is open and flowing and receiving. And Fawn says, grateful for you all. Arlene says, thanks, and has a heart. Mandy says, comfort and calm. Penny says, peace, with 4 hearts. Sarah says, immediate tears ran down my face. My pinched nerve is gone. Oh, I'm getting chills on that, Sarah. That's wonderful. Wow, how wonderful. Maybe you could tell me more about how long have you had this pinched nerve? How wonderful. Linda says extreme relaxation. Thank you. Shauna said still crying. Amy says joy, calmness, peace, love. That's beautiful. Barbara says peace, calmness, and love with a heart. Nathaniel says, I'm so glad. So Nathaniel is feeling gladness. Thank you for sharing, Nathaniel. Bobby says relaxed and connected. Paula says belonging. How wonderful. Fawn says made me a little choked up. That's an odd feeling. So much bliss. And Hoy was my mom's name. I think I might miss something there. Joy. Shauna says something and wholeness. Sarah says tears at the beginning of the meditation and now no more pain. I have a chronic pain condition, so thankful. So this is something you tend to feel all the time, chronically, and it's gone? That's wonderful, Sarah. How wonderful. Everybody just breathe that in and feel the love and the gratitude for what has happened to Sarah and to all of us that are sharing. Nathaniel said, like I'm sent here for a purpose. I'm getting chills on yours too, Nathaniel. Chills are like something where your body says, yes, this is important. This is powerful. Marta Ritter says, melody. How wonderful. Fawn, yeah, belonging, she says. Shauna, warmth. Alexandra says, thank you, my lovely. How sweet. Beautiful meditation, feeling utterly serene. Love and light, XXX, kisses. Carol, hey lady, heart was skipping, but it's steady now. Felt pain in my hips, but has eased now. Love you, I love you too. That's wonderful. You all see what's happened here? As we were joined together collectively, oh my, it might make me cry. This is wonderful. Can you see Chipper? Chipper boy. He loves our meditations. Carol, that's wonderful. So your heart was having some arrhythmias, and now it's steady, and you had pain, but the pain has eased. How wonderful. Fawn says, feel good. Yes, kitties feel the love too. Yes, they do. I don't know where Sugar is, but Chipper's right here. Connie says, awake. Again, awake. Thanks for sharing all the information. Hey, you're very welcome. Thank you for being a part of us. And Fawn says, you calm me always, your voice. Love you for you. Thank you, Fawn. Wow. Shauna, what an amazing thing to say. You all make me feel so amazed and kind of humbled, and I don't even know how to relate to some of the things you say, but I feel the love in it. My heart is wide open to all that love. She says, loving you in your existence, for this brings me such peace. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, Jose. You embarrass me. I'm glad you're feeling amazing. People express themselves so differently. We're all so unique and so wonderful. Carolyn says, such a beautiful piece. Colleen Anderson. Nice last name, Colleen. Says, I've had a hard time sleeping for a while now. And the last time we did the meditation, I slept so much better. So maybe again tonight, fingers crossed. We'll cross our fingers with you, Colleen. Yeah, sweet sleep. Ahoa. All right, beloved. Healing wonders, it's amazing. We have seen amazing things just tonight while we were together, haven't we? Autumny says, I'm feeling an overwhelming feeling of forgiveness and love and being told it will be okay. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes. Kylie says, peace isn't something we chase, it's what we already are. It's the truth, isn't it? Mar says, wonders and wonders are real, this natural state of bliss. And Carolyn, let's see if I can get where I can see everything you said. This is so amazing for all of us. Sarah, she's referring to Sarah, talking with her. My heart is feeling the love. I'm so connected to all of you. It's bliss. We're not alone. We're not alone. Carol, beloved. Yes. Betty says, such sweet, beautiful kitties. Yes. Chipper Boo. He's stretching. I hope you can see him. I am feeling very rested myself. Oh, and please call me Jelf. It's I'm not sure how to say that word for his name. Jelf. All right, I'll try to remember that. Amy says, thank you and all for being so loving and beautiful blessings to us all. Colleen says, thank you so much. Everyone just receive this love and the thankfulness that is being expressed to all of us right here. Paula says, we are all facets of love and together we shine. Yes, that's true. Hey, Catherine from Australia. Peggy says, we are the love we give. Well, Jelf, I'm glad I said it perfectly, but if you don't write it in there, I very possibly won't remember next time. I have caught up with everyone's comments. So, beloved friends, I think we will call it a night. We've had a beautiful time together, an amazing time of amazing love and supernatural type manifestation of good things, and people have received help and divine intervention. Well, that's interesting. I feel intoxication. It's like a, wow. A little bit spiritually intoxicated right then. I don't know how to describe it. I've never been one to drink or whatever, but it's like I don't know. I jokingly say it's like a huge giant marshmallow presses against my brain. Whew. Not really dizzying, but definitely intoxicating. What an amazing night, everyone. Chipper, would you like to say anything before the tribe leaves? He's purring away. Would you like to purr for everyone? I don't know. I don't think you could hear him right now. I'm sure Chipper is sending his love too, and I'm sure Sugar is. She's probably on the other side of that chair over there. He's stretching. Are you going to say anything? Look at him tucking his head in. What must it feel like to be covered in beautiful soft fur like that? I would think kitties are very comfortable in their own skin. Fur on fur. Love you much, all of you, and I'm going to go ahead and then get off of here. Good night, everyone. Have a beautiful one. Have a beautiful night of rest and sweet dreams if it's nighttime for you. And if it's morning for you, have a beautiful, wonderful day. And let's remember, we're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. Let's be a bright light in this world. Let's shine brightly and just love, love, love. Thank you, beloved Shumanites, for holding that high frequency of capital L-O-V-E. We are changing our